Yo guys, what's up? It's Inflexxius. Today we're playing Jax into Yasuo top. Level 1, we're gonna try to take prio here, but usually if Yasuo is really good, you won't be able to. But we're gonna try for it, right? And this Yasuo, he messes up his spacing really hard right here, so we managed to get a really good E trade on him. We hit all the minions with the E, we can get the push here, right? We can push for level 2. So don't be afraid, just keep getting the minions. We actually loop around into the bush here to see if maybe we can cheese another E trade onto him, and now we're behind him. Now he's trying to space us with his Qs. We can E here, and we can just kind of start messing him up here pretty much. He tornadoes, uses that to disengage. Now we're just going to wait for our E to come back. He hits level 2 here, so we auto-attack that minion to get the level 2 ourselves. Now we wait for the tornado to wear out, and wear off, and now we can jump on him here. Keep auto-attacking him. He has no minions to dash to, so we can just flash on him here. And yeah, finish him off, get first blood. Now we need to recall here, right? Because he's going to, you know, he has full resources, we have no corrupting potion, right? And now he's going to use his wave clue to crash the wave. So honestly, pretty good outcome for us. We get first blood, we get a gold lead. Now we have to let the wave slow push back to him. So we're just looking to maybe punish if he lets us. But mostly just stack a huge wave and then try to freeze on the next wave pushing back to us, right? Here I'm just pressing Q onto the Yasuo every now and again to see if maybe he lets me jump on him. Here he does. Now, here I mess up, right? But I start dodging Yasuo's Qs here. I actually managed to dodge Q, and if you can dodge 2 of Yasuo's Qs, he's going to get messed up, right? Now, at this point I should just kind of chase him into the bush as soon as my E comes back, but what I'm trying to do is stall his death so that the minions can push as much as possible, right? Unfortunately, because I didn't kill him faster, that gives the enemy jungler time to come up and, you know, assist. And yeah, so let that be a lesson. Let my int be a lesson to you guys. Junglers are going to be moving to your lane if fights last that long, right? I wasn't thinking about the enemy jungler, and so I got punished for it. Now, I probably wouldn't have killed him there. If I went into the bush, I would have probably forced his flash, but I wouldn't have died, right? And I would have gotten his flash. So now we're just going to crash the wave here. He misses his tornado. We lose our E, but he walks up because we used our E, and we're willing to trade on him. Because we're level 6 and he's not, right? We tank a tower shot, which is not ideal, obviously. I'm looking to dive him here, but then he gets his flow back, he gets level 6, so I decide to not. Just get some honey fruit. We can just now let the wave push towards us and freeze it, right? Set up a freeze. Yasuo's playing super safe, right? At this point, he's, you know, doing Yasuo things. We see Kayn bot, so we can actually go for this fight here. He flashes away, but we can just face check him here. He can't one-shot us, right? Now, at this point, I should kill one melee creep and the cannon and recall, because then the wave is going to push to me, right? But I killed just a few too many creeps. So the wave is going to push to him because our team has a minion lead. Our team has an XP lead, sorry, a level lead, and so our minions are stronger than theirs. But that causes me to be in lane for too long that Kayn shows up and we just kind of die. So that's unfortunate. So remember, wave management. Because, this is what happens if you don't pay attention to wave management. I kind of just autopilot push the wave a bit too much, and this is my punishment. A very deserved punishment, I might add. So we just shove the wave as hard as we can so that we can try to force a plate off the Yasuo here. Go for a trade here. He walks back into the stun. But the thing is, we should actually disengage here because we don't know where the Kayn is. But I decide to keep going for the fight here. And, you know, if you're not respecting the enemy jungler, then, you know, this is what happens. I was pretty tilted, I'll be honest. I was pretty tilted this game, so I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't considering the enemy jungler in that last fight there. I wasn't thinking about the enemy jungler at all, so I just kind of kept going for a fight that looked like I would win it. Now we have Divine Sunder, but now I'm thinking about the enemy jungler, right? I'd love to trade on the Yasuo here. But I wasn't 100% sure what Kayn was. And now that we see Kayn bot, now I go in for the trade. Now we have Divine Sunder, that means we do so much damage to him, right? We're so scary. So he can't really deal with us at all anymore. So we just crash the wave here. and so they can start bouncing back to us. And we'll just farm. He's getting zoned out of creeps. At this point, I don't know where Kayn is again, so I don't really want to jump on him. And now we see Kayn's top side. He just dropped the Herald there, right? So now we just finished the Herald off. It's going to one-shot the tower, nothing we can do about that. Yasuo E's through us. I mess up my flash and miss my stun. Graves comes in for the gank. Thank goodness. So I messed up there. It's the second time I've done the same mess up this game, right? Which is, if you Q onto Yasuo... So basically the matchup is you want to land your stun on Yasuo, right? Like, a big part of the matchup is landing your stun on Yasuo, right? Not getting your stun outplayed, right? Now, he can obviously just dash to minions and stuff, right? But the other thing he can do is, if you Q onto him with a stun running, even if he has no minions near him, he can dash through you, and because his dash takes him a fixed distance... We rotate mid here, by the way, to beat on the tower. But because Yasuo dashes a fixed distance, if you're right on top of him, his E will actually take you out of your stun range. So what you actually want to do when you jump onto Yasuo is walk a bit away from him, or trade orders with him until he's a little bit away from you, not right on top of you, so that his E no longer takes him straight out of your stun range. So here, a little fight breaks out. We try to kill Kayn, but he's Kayn, so of course he cannot die. We get his flash though, so that's something. I go up here to go catch the Yasuo. Now, honestly, this Yasuo is 100% dead here, right? But I try to outplay the tornado, and I kind of wiggle too much, and then I get hit by the tornado anyway. And you know what? That's completely cringe by me, because I absolutely didn't need to try to outplay him there, right? I could have just walked next to him, and waited until his tornado wore off, or until he threw it, and then I could have just leapt onto him after the knockup wore off, and then I would have killed him. But, you know, I tried to ego it by outplaying him, just dodging the tornado, and you know what? That situation right there was the result of a ego too big, skill too small kind of situation. So, we got our Ionian boots because... Oh, here we jump on the Yasuo. Here I should counter-strike, by the way. But I'm scared of him eating through me. But you know... it's hideous, actually. I just play this... I just played that really badly. And that leads into this. And, yeah. But I just leap out, it's fine. Use the counter-strike and then just dip out. So... Yeah, I should have eaten before Yasuo got the third auto. Because he got the third auto, right? He got the Blade of the Rune King proc. And which let him movement speed away from me, right? But that's kind of how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to jump on him and trade autos with him until he makes some distance away from you, because he's going to be walking away from you, right? And then you counter-strike. Or you can walk away yourself to make some distance from him, so that he can't just dash through you and disengage. So there's a fight going on here. I'll talk about the Ionian boots after the fight. So I counter-struck too early here. I should have saved my I should have held my counter-strike until I got a bit closer to the Silas, so I could use it to jump onto him. But the fight continues here. They just keep beating on me. I got my counter-strike back, so I managed to survive. And cast calls for the Baron, but I'm not too interested. So I go Ionian boots here because really good ability haste for Jax, and I don't feel like I want to play the steel caps. I don't feel like it's good enough into their Kai'Sa. It's good into Kai'Sa and Yasuo, but Kai'Sa's like going to be building the weird AP thing, so I'm not really feeling it. And Ionian boost is just really good on Jax. Here we managed to take out the Kayn. Just, you know, finish him off as soon as he jumps in the cast. We keep chasing here, but we don't actually get very much. We don't get anything. I got the Styrax because I want the... It's just a really good item. It's just a really good item on Jax. Because Jax's weakness is CC and Burst, right? And guess what helps with Burst and gives you some tenacity, you know? Styrax is freaking... It's a good item. But not only that, I wanted for the Burst that the Silas is going to put out, and the damage of Kayn's just damage, right? So here, I decided to take our blue buff because our cast just died, which means there's a good chance they're just going to start invading our jungle. So, and if I don't take the blue buff there, they will, right? So now they're pushing a mid lane. I'm just going to try to trade objectives top lane here. Trade some towers top. Get a bunch of farm. And we start working towards our Spear of Shojin. Spear of Shojin, just a really solid item on Jax. If you don't have another item that you need to get in the game, like a QSS or something, then Spear of Shojin is just always a really solid, like, item, you know? Styrax and Spear of Shojin is just really solid 2 and 3 items that you can get if you don't need anything else. Another fight breaking out in mid. We TP in. I'm looking to jump on this Kayn here, right? Because he's getting focused by my team. He's dropping low. Unfortunately, he lives with 100 health. I have to flash out here, otherwise I'm just going to get finished off. Now, we all live on 1 HP, and we managed to get a Sylas, so that's not bad. Unfortunately, they do, right here, take our mid tower. So we'll just shove the wave out here, secure mid prio, and then I'm going to go bot lane here. Now, I don't have TP. Baron's up, I don't have TP, right? So if anything happens in Baron, I can't really be there unless I rotate earlier. I could rotate right now, or I could have rotated a little bit earlier, after we killed the Yasuo, but I decided to just keep pushing here. And I think it was the better call, because it gives us so many objectives, and also, we lose Cass, but we get 3 people, right? And we managed to get 2 towers and an inhib, plus all that free gold that I just got right from the minions. Really good stuff. So now we have Recipe of Shojin. I get a null magic mantle because I want to get a Wit's End for the Sylas and the Kai'Sa damage, because, you know, I want some MR, right? But I should probably have sold the Corrupting Potion and gotten an Executioner's Calling for the Red Kayn and the Sylas at this point. Now, we managed to one-shot the Kayn there, really good ult and W by Cass, and I'm just focusing the stuff that Cass is focusing, right? We killed the Sylas, now we're focusing the Yasuo. Cass is the win con. At this point, I realize that Cass is the win con, right? Her W is just so good into their team that if she just stays alive, and her sustained damage is so nice as well, that if she just stays alive, we pretty much just win the fight. Here I'm played to cut off the Kai'Sa, and she just ends up going back to farm. So I just flash on her here. She exhausts, but we just finish her off, not a problem. And we push the wave in. Now at this point my brain turns on, I get an Executioner's Calling because I realize Red Kayn and Sylas has a decent amount of healing. And the good news here is that Kayn gets CC locked and just ints, right? That's super good for us, right? Cast W is so brutal into the Red Kayn because he can't Q, he can't ult while he's in the W, right? And if he can't do either of those, he's just going to go splat, right? Neither of those means no healing, right? He just freaking drops. So now I'm still pushing bot lane here. I have TP if I need to. I just shove the wave in here. At this point, Sylas comes to stop me. If Sylas comes to stop me, that means he's not there for the fight. So I back off so that Sylas doesn't stop my TP. And this one minion is here to let me TP right into the middle of the fight. Cass does a really nice Zhonya's to stall for the TP. We managed to get the Yasuo, and Graves manages to get the Kayn. Really good stuff, so now we can push really hard with this, actually. We get 2 mid towers and an inhib here. Get the pink down to bot lane. Keep the waves pushed in, right? Also, the main thing here is I don't want to back it because I want enough gold for my Wit's End. I'm very close to my Wit's End. At this point, I now have it. So that's another power spike, obviously. And I wanted that Wit's End so that I can be as strong as possible for this upcoming dragon, right? Now here, Kayn's in the wall. I jump onto the Kayn here, but I was hoping he'd get stunned on my side of the wall, not their side. So, unfortunately, we end up on their side, but it's working out, They have to fight us in the choke here. I jump onto the Kai'Sa here, she flashes away, I flash away to stall out for my E. And now I go in as soon as my E's back up, and now we finish off the Kai'Sa. And that was a perfect fight for Jax, pretty much, right? They blew a bunch of stuff on me, and I survive with a small amount of health, a very low amount of health, and then I get to 1v1 their ADC. So that's just a great fight. And yeah, that's that. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope to see you in the next one.